Welcome to Map Autopsy. No ivory-tower bullshit here. Just text and looking at the world. Today we're mapping out one of the deepest ironies in the entire simulation. The fact that even the social engineers, the elites, the string pullers, the high-level architects, they're still trapped inside the cave. And Plato fucked us all. On paper, it looks like top-tier operators are winning. Private islands, think tanks, narrative control, endless resources, whole governments in their orbit. They design the myths, update the operating system, and hand every prisoner their personalized pocket cave wall. Custom shadows, algorithmically perfected. It's in every single phone, on every single computer, on every single television. But here's the structural reality. They are running the exact same Platonic operating system they inherited. They still breathe the same cultural air. They still operate inside the same language simulation framework Plato architected 2,400 years ago. They still live inside the noble lie infrastructure, the forms as blueprint upgrade, the tripartite soul management system that splits people into gold, silver, and bronze. There is no outside for them either. They just have better admin privileges inside the prison that Plato first designed. Take Peter Thiel, for example. This guy's one of the sharpest string pullers alive. PayPal Mafia co-founder, early Facebook investor, Palantir creator, Trump Vance kingmaker. The guy who literally funds the next generation of philosopher-kings. This isn't some random billionaire. This is a man who reads philosophy like it's the source code and turns it into a real-world empire. He found René Girard's mnemonic theory at Stanford, and it rewired him. Girard's insight is brutal and clean. Humans don't desire things because they're inherently good. We imitate other people's desires. That imitation becomes rivalry. Rivalry becomes crisis. Crisis becomes a scapegoat to purge the violence and glue society back together. Girard mapped the cave on steroids. Thiel swallowed the diagnosis whole, then bolted on full-blown Christian apocalyptic eschatology. For him, the Antichrist isn't some cartoon devil or rogue AI. It's the global regulatory state that screams existential risk. AI, climate, bioweapons, whatever. He sells peace and safety through total control and stagnation. An AI pause equals the devil's work. Palantir equals the modern katechon, or the restrainer. It's the biblical restrainer holding back chaos. He's been dropping this invitation-only lectures in San Francisco and straight into the Vatican's backyard in Rome, believe it or not. He thinks he's the philosopher-king who finally mapped the whole board. Plato would certainly be proud. The prisoners would still be watching from the shadows on the wall. Except Thiel's not that, though. Plato mapped the cave better than anyone in history, showed the exit, then spent the rest of his corpus, Republic, Statesman, Sophist, Timaeus, building the most elegant, seductive upgrade to the prison ever created. Philosopher-kings, master weavers of the state, noble lies for the masses, lower gods running the cosmos, while the elites manage the flux. The later social engineers didn't invent a new system, they just inherited the manual and kept patching it with better technology. Thiel didn't escape any simulation. He upgraded the bars with Girardian paint and apocalyptic firmware. Turned the whole world into a self-policing crisis management machine and then had to live inside the exact same system he built. He's still using logos to manage logos. Still caught in mimemic flux he thinks he controls. Still breathing the same cultural air Plato first conditioned. Even the Zohar saw this coming. Zohar, Book 3, Folio 63a through 64a, doesn't reveal the scapegoat mechanism and break it like Girard claims the Bible uniquely does. It weaponizes it as conscious ritual technology. You load all the sins onto the goat, send it to Azazel, the dark side, the accuser, the prosecutor, and you bribe those forces. You intoxicate them, pacify them, turn the accuser into the defender so that the real atonement can go through clean. That's what this is. That's what Leviticus chapter 16 was. That's what the gospel writers tried to make Jesus in the Passion narrative. That's why the symbolism's the same as the goat. It's the same ancient game, just higher resolution mystical tech. Girard missed it or cherry-picked past it, and Peter Thiel and his crew have inherited that miss. Big mistake. In the Republic, statesman, sophist, Timaeus, Plato gave the blueprint for philosopher-kings, master weavers, noble lies, and lower gods running the show. The modern string pullers are just the latest generation of elite sophists executing the blueprint with better technology. Surveillance, narrative engines, political machines, the works. They upgraded the bars, personalized the shadows, turned the whole world into a self-policing simulation. And then they have to live inside the exact same system they built. This isn't about cartoon villains or hating the elites or whatever. This is about pattern recognition at the operating system level. Nobody, not the prisoners, not the guards, not even the architects like Thiel, fully escape the operating system that's been handed down. The difference is only in resolution and privilege. The simulation, though, remains the same. I'm still trapped too. They're trapped. We're all trapped. But hopefully, with exposing the map, we can start to bring some light to it and maybe have the choice to start making some changes. See you next time.